Anthony Fitzgibbons' journey into the United States Marine Corps began in 1982, shortly after his high school graduation. Motivated by a sense of purpose and the Marine Corps reputation, he enlisted voluntarily during a time when the draft had already ended, with positive reactions from family and friends.
Generally speaking, very favorably. Matter of fact, I would say unanimously favorably. There's nobody who was against it.
The Marine Corps, known for its difficult training and close-knit community, appealed to him for its discipline and the challenge it presented. Following his enlistment, Fitzgibbons was sent to Parris Island, South Carolina for boot camp. This 11-week training was both physically and psychologically demanding.
The whole psychological side. I'm telling you, there's only one person in this world that should never beat you, and that's you. And I watch people do it all the time. If you just simply accept the fact that things aren't always going to go well, but there's opportunity, and I mean, anytime something goes wrong, that's an opportunity to fashion a solution and move on. No.
Despite his physical preparedness from years of endurance sports and hard work, the psychological strain was significant. Long training exercises tested his journey into the United States Marine Corps. After completing boot camp, Fitzgibbons advanced to infantry school in North Carolina, where he received specialized training as a basic infantryman. The Marine Corps philosophy that every Marine is fundamentally a rifleman resonated with him. His primary responsibility was to be prepared to engage in combat, a principle that underpinned all aspects of his training. Upon completing his schooling, he was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines. During his service, Fitzgibbons participated in extensive urban combat training, which he described as particularly harsh and unpredictable. He also spent time attached to the VMFA 321, a Marine Corps Air Wing unit operating out of Andrews Air Force Base. This assignment stood out due to the unusual combination of an infantryman working alongside aviators flying F-4 Phantom jets. His duties included managing training records and ensuring operational readiness for his unit's personnel.
VMFA 321, which is Marine Corps Air Wing, operating out of Andrews Air Force Base. And that was an interesting assignment because I'm an infantry guy attached to an air wing, and they were flying F-4s with.
Throughout his military career, Fitzgibbons progressed through the ranks, ultimately achieving the position of sergeant. His superiors recognized his leadership potential and even encouraged him to pursue officer candidate school. However, with his aspirations of attending law school, he chose to conclude his active service after 6 years, never feeling totally prepared.
Well, I don't think you ever feel totally prepared, and if you do, that's probably one of the most dangerous things in life. I'll relate that back to being an attorney. I mean, like, I've been doing this job for a very long time, and I always tell people it's not what I can think of that scares me. It's what I can't think of that I lay awake asleep at night, because it's the old saying, when you get into things, I mean, the other side, the other team or the enemy, they get a vote too. And, right? So it's what you can't think of.
Fitzgibbons credits the Marine Corps with instilling him a profound sense of discipline, responsibility, and mental resilience. The demanding nature of the military environment required unwavering accountability. Each task assigned came with the simple but firm directive: get it done. Failure was not an option, and success required both physical endurance and psychological work. Despite the hardships, Fitzgibbons fondly recalls the friendships that he built with people from diverse backgrounds and the strong bonds that developed through shared experiences.
Yeah, the people that you became friends with, I don't correspond with anybody anymore. But really, the people that you made friends with are coming from all over the country. I had a good friend of mine named Barry. He was from Michigan. I mean, it's just people, but it's like anything. It's like you play on a sports team. Yeah, I guess you can relate it at your age, whether it's cheering or whatever sports you're doing. It's a closeness that you're very close based on what you're doing, and it's also the point in your life. I mean, if you think about it, you're young. So it's not like you have this long history behind you. So yeah, I mean, you get very close, but that's what they want. You want the unit to be tight. You want everybody to be cohesive.
When his service officially ended on June 3, 1988, Fitzgibbons transitioned back to civilian life with a renewed sense of purpose and structure. He carried with him the lessons learned from his time in the Marines, most notably the value of discipline, teamwork, and self-reliance. Today, he reflects on his military service as a formative chapter that shaped his approach to leadership, his career in law, his ongoing commitment to personal growth and resilience. We thank you for your service.